Hello everyone, it is Jayden and welcome to the Alpha, the show where we talk about the hottest topics in pop culture and sports. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button on the video, and if you enjoy my commentary and myself truly as always, be sure to tap that subscribe button and to hit that notification bell to get notified when all my videos go live. I love you guys so much. Peace, love, and positivity always, y'all. See ya. So the league had some meetings last week regarding the Tush Push ban, and they had some other things. I think they talked about the onside kick and other things. But the main thing was the Tush Push. Because when they originally had the team meetings a couple months ago, I want to specifically say this was back in March, they held talking about it and wanted to wait until this meeting so they could focus on it, kind of make sure the owners got their what argument they want to get with, if they're going to ban it or if they're going to keep it. There was a report by Diana Rossini, who is a very trusted person in the media when it comes to sports reporting, football specifically for The Athletic. And it stated that going into the meeting, the general consensus was that the Tush Push was going to be banned. Those in this, well, I won't say those. Jeffrey Lurie was already part of the meeting, but Jason Kelce was there as well, and they brung him in where he was there to pretty much persuade it, give deep dives, details about it, to persuade the owners that were on the fence and already thinking that it is a play that is deemed to an injury risk to players, because that's been the main argument for the play. Teams and owners are trying to deem it dangerous for the players to perform. Jason Kelce was there to describe the mechanics about it, because a lot of people were saying that Jason Kelce retired because of the Tush Push. I know it's kind of ironic that he did retire in the 2-year span that the Tush Push was made. I want to say it was 2 years, or it was a year, one or the two, but that's not the reason. I know that's not the reason. Jason Kelce was already up in age already, but people were using that against him, and Jason Kelce was there to pretty much clear the air and let the owners know up front in the meeting that that's not the reason why the Tush Push was. That's not the reason why he retired, because of the Tush Push. After the meeting, shockingly, the Tush Push was not banned. It needed 75% of the votes, meaning that 24 out of the 31 needed to agree to ban the Tush Push. And it seems that they were almost close to that number. They only got 22 votes. So that means 9 teams essentially voted not to ban the Tush Push. It says 10, but I don't know how they're saying that there's 22 votes and there's 32 teams, not 31 teams. So yes, 10 people didn't. I weren't thinking right then. So yes, 10 teams voted not to vote against it. And them teams included the Eagles, the Ravens, the Browns, the Lions, the Jaguars, the Dolphins, the Patriots, the Saints, the Jets, and the Titans. What do I think of this decision? It was the right decision. That doesn't mean that this isn't potentially going to get banned next year, because I know they're going to bring this up next year, and it's more than likely going to be banned next year. Roger Goodell, the president of the NFL, commissioner of the NFL. Jesus, I don't know why I couldn't think of that. The commissioner, Roger Goodell of the NFL, has been on record saying that he doesn't like to play, and that's the reason why a lot of people thought it was going to be banned. So I do see a scenario where next season the Tush Push is going to be banned, because I don't think it's injury risk, to be totally fair and honest, because essentially, what's the difference between the Tush Push, where there's hundreds of people diving in on the quarterback? It's the same thing as a QB sneak. There's still people that's on top of your quarterback, thousands of pounds on top of the quarterback. It's the same concept with the Tush Push. I just have never another aspect that the owners will look, that the teams put into the statement as well. Their argument was the whole pushing the player, because in the rules, I think you can only get pushed by one player, if I'm not mistaken. There's some type of stimulation there with the rule, like a little nick and cranny that a lot of teams were picking into, like, oh, you're only allowed to push one player, but there's 3 people pushing on the quarter. You know, they're trying to get into the details to just try and get the play banned. And that didn't end up working. So I don't really think there's much of a difference between the tush push and a QB sneak. But here's always been my argument for the play. It's an ugly play. There's nothing eye-catching about it because sports in the NFL is selling a product. This is something we have to think about. As a consumer, as I'm watching these games that the Eagles play, there's 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. Okay. We like to know what's not obvious. Okay. We don't want plays to be obvious. When we're watching a football game, whether it's 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, we want to be on the fence like, oh my God, what are they going to call? What are they going to call? Are they going to call this? Are they going to call a run? Are you going to call a pass? We don't want to. We always want to be surprised. And that's what happens on the football field. As players and as coaches, it's the element of surprise what's going to happen. With the Philadelphia Eagles, when it's 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, or 3rd and 1, we know why they're going to run. They're going to run the tush push. And if they do run it on 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 2 and get a yard or 2 out of it and it's 4th down, guess what? They are going to go for it on 4th down, whether they're on their own 25, they're on 30, wherever they are at on the field currently. They would probably be stupid enough to run it on their own 5-yard line because that play for the Eagles specifically has a high success rate. Something else that we have to note, though, is that there isn't many other teams that are as successful as running it as the Eagles. We could take into consideration Josh Allen and the Bills. They did run that play in the NFC Championship game last year, and it was not successful for them. It actually cost them the game. So that's something that owners need to put in consideration, I'm sure, as well, and these other teams did. But that's ultimately what it comes down to. There's no sugarcoating it. It's just an ugly play. It's bad television. They did this same thing with the move with Cam Chancellor, where Cam Chancellor jumped over the line to block a field goal. They've done it with that. They've had the horse collar outlawed it as well. There has been a history where the NFL, in whatever creative plays that teams have come up with, they have always been outlawed them in some way, form, or aspect. And I don't see a scenario where this play is going to be any different. Just because it lasted this year with 22 votes. So you're telling me that 2 other people aren't going to come up with the reason this NFL season to ban the play next year? You're sadly mistaken. Obviously, the Eagles are one of the teams that were not going to be in favor of banning it. Some coaches that I was interested in, such as I know the Saints with Kellen Moore, obviously he wasn't going to ban it. Aaron Glenn of the Jets, I could see him doing that. If you note and look at the coaches that were in favor of not banning it, all of these are defensive-minded head coaches. The Patriots, the Jets, the Titans, the Lions, the Ravens, and Eagles. So 6 out of the 10 teams were from defensive-minded head coaches. I would say an anomaly would kind of be the Saints because Kellen Moore did just play for the Eagles, and it's kind of like, okay, I just won a Super Bowl with your guy, so I'm not going to ban your play. So I'm going to really essentially take them out of it. So 6 out of the 9, well, 5 out of the 9, if you really want to be specific, not counting the Eagles, were in favor of keeping the play. So you telling me an offensive-minded team such as the Jaguars, the Dolphins, or the Browns couldn't come up with an idea of next year of wanting to ban the play? And you could say that maybe one of the teams that were in favor of banning it could come back and not want to ban it next year when these discussions come up again. But inevitably, the league is going to get rid of the play. Me personally, I don't like the play. I hate it. It's not because the Eagles are good at it. I just don't like the play because it's not good television. There's no suspense involved with the play. It's essentially, and a lot of people might like this aspect of it, it's man on man, strength on strength. And from a defensive standpoint, I don't know how you stop it. There's not been a defensive coordinator in the 2 years that it's been a thing now that has been able to stop it. I don't know how you stop a play when and I've said this before, you got 3 people, the running back and 2 tight ends, or 2 running backs, however you run the set. And you got a QB that squats 600 pounds on top of a running back that squats 600 pounds on top of 2 tight ends who probably squat 1,000 pounds together just between them two. So you got 4 guys who squat well over almost 2,000 pounds altogether are getting pushed forward in order to get a yard. On top of 5 330-pound offensive linemen at average. It seems with those stats, in my opinion, it is really hard to get a stop. What way and rules are coaches going to come up with this year to try and stop the play? I don't know. Do I think the play is unstoppable? I do. I don't see a scenario where a coach could find a way to stop the play from being good. I don't see a scenario. I don't see it. But yet I'm not an expert. So maybe somebody, one of these smart defensive-minded head coaches, could probably come up with an idea. It's just a wait and see thing. But overall, I'm surprised. I am shocked that it didn't get banned. I do think it's going to get banned in the future. I'm not bummed by it because stop them from getting into that situation. Stop the Eagles from getting in 3rd and 3. Force them to actually run an actual run play or pass play. That's me. But am I going to be happy if they do outlaw it? Yeah. Just from a consumer standpoint. Because it's a better product with this play not in it, and it creates more suspense for the audience. But overall, that is my thoughts when it comes to the Tush Push and the league meetings. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Do you guys think it should have been banned? Do you think that it will be banned next year? Do you guys think there possibly are owners who ban it this year who are probably not going to ban it next year if they come up with a possible solution on how to stop it? I want to know all of your comments down below.